arriving here and now. Maybe letting the eyes blink close if that is safe and available. And arriving in the body, the whole body, physical, emotional, mental, energetic, the full light body, whole and complete, aligned and arrived. Noticing what you notice, and meeting all with loving compassion. Remembering that we are that which includes all that seems to be. We include the body. We include the mind. We include the heart and the emotions within the infinite vastness that we each are, and that we are together. It is from this place of oneness, eternity, timelessness, spaciousness, from this place of choosing to experience what is as the divine, that we join together in this magical, multidimensional space, inviting the beautiful sound of the singing bowl to welcome us here now. Gently blinking the eyes open. Hello. Hi. It's so wonderful to be here with you again, and it is, again, just me and you. Welcome to Spiraling Within, where we spiral within the present moment together, and I'm so happy that we get to just sit and chat and connect and see what comes through. And I'm actually extra excited because there's some fun things already emerging for us to play with together. And this particular episode, this particular transmission of Spiraling Within is actually going to be a pick-a-card channeled transmission, channeled reading. And so yeah, that's going to be fun. In the description, there will be timestamps or time codes for each of the groups. There are going to be 3 groups. And then the channeled message of whatever just comes through specifically for and from you as a being who resonates with a particular group, or maybe you discover that all 3 of the groups' messages are for you. And it's interesting because my philosophy with cards in this moment, so oracle cards, tarot cards, is that they're simply mirrors that reflect the present moment. Yes, there is a lot of overlay around future prediction and prophesizing and all these things. And for me, the relevance of the future is only as it pertains to the present moment. And so in the quantum now moment, the future really is already in the present. And also that there are no good and bad cards. All cards are inherently neutral, and they're actually just these really beautiful energetic archetypes that unlock so much. And the way that one card speaks to one person, one being, is going to be totally unique. And so it really is an intuitive process. Yeah, and it's funny because I actually haven't really been in a card pulling space, so maybe it's all just been evolving so that as I do return to cards, it gets to be with you. So yeah, we're just going to hop right into it. And so the way that we are going to discern which group resonates with you is I actually have this book, How to Be More Tree. And this is a book my mom got me for Christmas. And it just tree energy and tree spirits speak to me. And like this, I call this like my ancestor wall, and you can see all the little plant friends. Like I feel so deeply connected to trees, particularly redwoods. And so I'm just gonna flip open the book to 3 different pages, and we'll see which one you resonate with. And those are gonna be the groups. So for group 1, we have the beech, and it says, timing is everything. While it is often great to take the initiative, forcing something before it's ready rarely ends well. The multi-talented beech tree in particular knows this, even though its roots have been gearing up for action all winter, and it's looking forward to busting out some spring foliage. It still bides its time, waiting until there are at least 13 hours of light a day. Trees that jump the gun and leaf. That's funny. Oh, trees that jump the gun and leaf as soon as there is a warm spell often live to regret it. Sort of like when you put on flip-flops at the first sign of sun and then it disappears behind the clouds and your toes turn blue. So within this, and within everything that comes through here, especially with working with different decks and tools, because various decks, they can be coming from separation or duality depending on the context of that deck. And so sometimes when I encounter something like this of living to regret it, like that type of language just doesn't resonate with me. So I just kind of bloop bloop, I leave it be, and then I only take what resonates, which is that divine timing. So the beech and divine timing, and multi-talented beech tree. Yeah, it's just trusting divine timing. And so for group 1, let's pull a card related to, and maybe this card is something you resonate with. I'm gonna go like that. Oh, also page 98. So that is, what's 9 plus 8? 17. So that's also an 8. So 9, 8, 8. That might resonate with you. So with, I keep flipping the book. Okay, the beech tree, please. Okay, this is a card from the Galactic Heritage cards. And 86, we have equal value philosophy, the Pleiades, future. I also realized that the camera is mirrored, so the words are gonna be backwards, and that we're just gonna go with that. Equal value philosophy. Cool, and that's an 86, so another 8, which is 8 plus 6, 14, that's a 5. So we have 86, equal value philosophy, Pleiades, beech tree, divine timing, and that's for group 1. Okay, group 2, please. Bask in the sun, mountain hemlock. Serotonin is nicknamed the happy chemical because higher levels in our brains correlate with feeling positive and calm. Scientists are not sure why, but they think that our brains release more serotonin when we're out in the sunshine. There's certainly no doubt that spending time outdoors is vital for our well-being. Trees can't survive without sunlight, and those like the coniferous mountain hemlock need lots of it. So when you're next thinking of staying inside on a sunny day, consider this. If the mountain hemlock had legs, it would use them to take it to the sunniest spot it could find every time. So now we have sunshine, we have mountain hemlock, and our number is 22, master number 22, which is a 4. And the card, please, for this group, group 2, we have, 6. We have new paradigm, Andromedan parallel. And these cards also, these Galactic Heritage cards are wonderful because the images really, they're also encoded. So even if you are watching, if you're watching it, you can check out the image. New paradigm is a 6. I dropped a card. I'm gonna pick that up. And then let's go group 3. Okay. Group 3, please. This is fun. I feel like I'm discovering my flow of this as we're doing it, which is like all things. Okay, group 3. Okay. Make the most of downtime. We have oak. Sleep deprivation is about as useful to trees as it is to people. After a busy summer spent photosynthesizing madly, winter is all about the Z's. Shedding leaves might seem easy if you've never done it, but it's actually quite an active process. Trees like the oak, whose leaves go brown in the autumn, absorb the nutrients back into their trunks and then grow a barrier of cells between twig and leaf before letting the leaves go. Pretty exhausting stuff, so they put their boughs up and sit out the long, dark nights of winter, contentedly doing very little. And that is page 90, so a number 9, and that's group 3. Okay, so just to review, group 1, we have, pulling the card for group 3. And these cards, I've pre-shuffled them, and now I love splitting decks, so that's kind of one way that I pull cards. Oh my gosh! What a wonderful synchronicity! I love cards because they're so magical and they're so, okay. So we have Vega, present, 25, alone time. We have alone time for oak, make the most of downtime. So that's group 3. Oh, I love magic. It's so wonderful. Okay, so just to review, we have, here we go. We have timing is everything, 86, equal value philosophy, Pleiades, future. Group number 2, we have bask in the sun, mountain hemlock, new paradigm, number 6, Andromeda parallel. And then finally, group 3, we have make the most of downtime. This group 1's got a very active energy. This 86 equal value philosophy card keeps flying out. Okay, so make the most of downtime. We have 25 alone time. How can I hold this? There we go. Vega with the oak tree. And so I'm just gonna have these cards out. Beech, mountain hemlock, and oak. And okay, we're sorted. And I'll let you simply tune in. You can re-listen to the descriptions, and I invite you to know, sense, feel, trust which group is speaking to you, which group is for and from you? Which message is for and from you? Oh, that's interesting. Alone time is actually group 3. Doot, doot, doot. And another way is you can also look at the timestamps, and sometimes that's the way that I pick groups if I'm ever watching card readings, is looking at what the numbers speak and say to me too. Because we have an 86 for group 1, a 6 for group 2, and then a 25 for group 3, so those might be significant numbers. And of course we have the Pleiadians, the Andromedans, and the Vegans. Okay. Let us hop into it. And so let us begin with group 1. We have the beech tree, and we have 86, equal value philosophy with the Pleiadians joining us. Timing is everything. So let's see what is here for and from you. Beautiful. Group 1. So just now, as I'm looking out the window, 2 orange butterflies are kind of dancing together, and I often see butterflies, but this is a special time because there are 2 of them, and so interesting. With timing is everything and equal value philosophy, yeah, what's coming through is the potential around partnership. The 2 butterflies dancing and trusting the timing of the way divine partnership unfolds, and especially with equal value philosophy of it has a very balanced energy between divine masculine and divine feminine, which these are energetic archetypes, are not related to gender or anything. Cool. Okay. These cards are speaking. So this is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And yeah, this divine partnership, it may or may not be romantic in nature. It could be business. It could be friendship. Oh my gosh, and a hummingbird. We had 2 butterflies and a hummingbird just for you. And I'm also noticing the unicorn that's on my keyboard piano. So oh my gosh, so many beautiful energies here to support you right now in this moment and with the messages that come through. Okay, we have beech tree, divine timing. Oh wow. Imagine. I don't think I've actually pulled this card before. How fun. Okay, wow. So this is Imagine, and you can see right in the middle there, it's number 20. And for those who may simply be listening, imagine the imagery. It's like this clear, bright sky, teal-y, I don't know if that's teal, blue. And yeah, in the middle of there's this image of a being reaching their arm up with a string tied to a crescent moon. Like the crescent moon is a balloon, and the string, it almost looks like it goes all the way up to the point between the heavens. And so there's this very watery energy. There's steps ascending, and then this just these glowing rays with clouds parting in the sky above. Imagine. And what also strikes me is a similarity in the just already the tonal similarity with the Pleiades future. It's a very blue. The 86 equal value philosophy, it has a kind of light blue, baby blue energy, and the graphic, the image, it's very abstract. I'll show you. It's a very abstract image, but it's like this being with a very flowy energy. That's how I would describe it. But also the Pleiades, they in general have a very blue energy. Ooh, okay, so we have 86, 20. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. Ooh, okay. These ones are speaking to us now, and this is which deck? Whisper of the Ocean Oracle cards. I love these ones, the turtles, because there's a very blue Lemurian vibe with this, which Lemurian energy is also very harmonious and peaceful. Like it's kind of like inviting us, group one, to, like, the vision that I have is leaning back, kind of like on an inflatable lounge chair or bed that is just floating on a peaceful, still lake or ocean, and just letting the currents of life, letting the divine timing of the currents of life drift, carry us wherever we are truly meant to go. Because with this Imagine card and with the string, the being holding the string tied to the heavens, it's like anywhere that we're going, we may have forgotten that we're holding that string that is directly our connection to source and to the higher realms being higher dimensional energies that they're not literally higher. Yeah, you can perceive them that way, but it's in a real non-hierarchical way. It's simply just a different frequency that is expansive and inclusive of the lower energies and frequencies and lower realms. And so, yeah, we have this direct connection. You have this direct connection with source, and we each do. Like, that's just the truth of what is. And we can trust the current because the current is carrying us, and we can just, like, I just have this feeling of leaning back and relaxing back and trusting the water to carry. Speaking of water, this one. Okay, we have 8 with this little otter diving into the ocean. The otter, interestingly, do you see that? The otter has a very, how does this little camera focus? There we go. The otter kind of has a furrowed brow. Like there's a stern look on the otter's face, and it looks very focused. And the otters, oh, they're fish. I see. There are fish that are swimming. It's almost like it's like the otter is diving in to catch the fish, and then there's all this kelp around. And it's number 8 again. We have 86 and another 8. Keeping it in check. Pay attention to what is going on around you. You might be moving into something too quickly or missing some important details. So with that, it's interesting. There's almost like this hypervigilance energy of the fear of moving too fast or the fear of moving too slowly. There is some surfacing of fear around timing that is looking to be included in this moment. And again, just another blue ocean card to go with. I love it so much. To go with our other 2. And so with that, keeping it in check, I actually feel this constriction in the throat, which makes sense because with the blue, there is a lot of communication throat chakra energy with this. Ooh, and I feel the like solar plexus, this kind of, oh, there's like a fluttery anxiety type of energy. Oh. And so I invite you to maybe exhale with me. Maybe sigh. Sighing with sound can support the throat chakra to just let any energy that is present just flow right on through. Because the beauty is that we are connected with the oceans of life, and we don't have to hold on to control on our own it's kind of like, so what I'm seeing now is you, me, on a ship on this ocean, rather than lounging back in that reclined, inflatable, easeful, flowing support that just rises on the top of the surface and just flows with the current. There's this more of a, the word that's coming through is manic or frantic of, I'm on this ship, I gotta control the ship. If I don't control the ship, then I'm gonna miss something. I'm not gonna catch, or maybe I'm a surfer on a surfboard. I'm gonna miss this wave. And the piece about divine connection, divine partnership as well. It's like almost like this pressure of, if I don't say something now, then I'm gonna miss this opportunity to connect with this being, this, maybe it's an organization. Now white butterfly is coming through. So those colors, white and orange, and also, there is a lot of white and blue in this so far. And so if there's any fear around missing out, or fear that you'll miss your moment, in whatever situation this pertains to for you, if there's any fear around missing the moment to act or missing some details, that's kind of what this keeping it in check otter card, that focus. Even check in now. Are your brows furrowed? What is your forehead expressing in this moment? And can you welcome that energy to be present rather than, because in my experience with fear or any energy like anxiety, or there can be this programming around getting rid of it. How do I just get rid of this? I don't want to feel like this anymore. And that kind of just perpetuates the energy because it's coming from the same sphere. It's like this sphere of fear. And then when we actually see the sphere of fear and we're like, okay, so there's some energy present, maybe some prior separation conscious programming, maybe there's some internalized trauma or past life experiences that you've chosen to learn from and remember from. And so seeing the sphere around timing, because remember the beech tree and timing is everything. Surfacing now any distrust, mistrust, doubting around timing, any feeling like you need to control the timing of your life, surfacing any pressure around timing, any pressure to move faster or to move slower, any fear around moving too fast or too slow, or I'm just voicing these as they come through, because really the medicine is in bringing these to the light and recognizing, okay, it's just a sphere of fear. And what is fear? Fear is just energy. So it's just a sphere of fear. And as you're tuning into this sphere of fear within you, maybe this is you of a past, like a younger version of you that identifies with the sphere of fear. But even noticing, where does that resonate in your body? Like I mentioned, the throat and the solar plexus, you may tune into those areas and notice if there's any sphere of contraction. Like I'm definitely noticing some heat and pressure. Oh, and there's a blue dragonfly outside. Some heat and pressure around the throat. And actually, with all of these flying creatures, we have the butterflies and the hummingbird and the dragonfly that have come through during your reading, and also how this Pleiadian card is flying out right at the beginning. And the real ascension imagery of imagine, I can just sense you in your heart and your soul and your essence. You know you're here to fly. You remember what it's like to fly. Yes, the blue is very Lemurian, very watery, and it's also like the blue sky. You have these gorgeous wings. Oh, now I'm seeing them. You have these gorgeous wings that just expand out, and it's like those wings are like that recliner lounge inflatable waterbed chair thing that lets you float with the current. But as you might be or might notice moments where you're more like this otter of, you're like, okay, I gotta keep it in check. Plan, or how do I make sure I do it right? How do I make sure I do things right, do it in the right time? With anytime you notice your brow furrowed, it's kind of like the eyebrows are kind of like the wings of the face. Oh, I guess the ears are kind of like the wings of the face. Well, everything is like the wings of the face, but that might be something to explore, inviting awareness to, is noticing times where your brow is furrowed. If you ever have that crease of just focus and intensity, and it's not something bad or that needs to be fixed or changed, it's really just bringing and inviting the light of awareness, because just like the little guided centering at the very beginning of this video podcast, we are that which includes all that seems to be. You are that which includes the expression of the brow furrow, because your wings are still there. You came in with your wings, you're leaving with your wings are always there eternally, whether you seem to remember that you see them or not, or whether you remember that they're always there or not, they're always there supporting you. Vast and spacious, you fly. And it's remembering that you're flying, and it's almost like the forebrain human effort program that timing is unpredictable or effortful or something that needs to be controlled or made the most of. Almost like a moment needs to be seized. Like this otter is on a mission to seize whatever it's seizing. And the truth is, what's meant for you will find you. Because what's meant for you, and that can sometimes sound like what's meant for you will find you. But it's really, and another butterfly. It's simple energy. Like you and the thing that is for you, whether that's divine partnership, whether that is divine co-creation with, even say, a software program. Maybe you're researching or exploring the possibility of transitioning. Maybe you have a free trial for a certain software program, and that has a certain time window, and you are discerning whether that program is right for you, and you're like, oh, but if I upgrade to the paid thing, I only have a certain amount of time. Or there's something around software programs that's coming up right now, like whether it's a subscription service for your business, or maybe it's like an organizational tool that helps you with your calendar, which is interesting that that's coming up. Basically, how you calendar and schedule your day is coming up. And I'm hearing now, focusing again on this Imagine card of inviting you to expand your imagination to include the possibility that you can live life with total trust in the timing and ease and flow, because you have these wings that are supporting you. You are flying. You are literally flying through the air. You are floating along the ocean because we are held. You are held by the divine. And you are held by all of the beautiful spirits, the butterflies in the sky and the clouds. And also the number 8, since it's a rise, it's come up twice. Just the infinity. It's like, remember that you are infinite. Remember that you are eternal. Remember that all of this, like being human, being human. Yeah, there's definitely some communication stuff. Everything that comes out of you, whether it's spoken, sung, written, texted, it is perfectly aligned. It is exactly the frequency that is coming out, because that is exactly the message that is aligned to be amplified. Because if it wasn't, then it wouldn't come through. And that fear around getting the timing right, that fear around saying the right thing or saying the wrong thing, of missing your chance, missing the moment, missing the boat, all of this sphere of fear, it's like those arise when we forget that we are the divine. Like, we aren't just the one floating on the ocean. We aren't just the one trying to control the ship or the otter going after the fish. We are the ocean itself. You are the ocean. Yes, you are this being with beautiful wings, and you are the entire sky, and the sky that is seen and the sky that is unseen. And you are here to imagine. Oh my gosh, okay. Yeah, you are here to imagine. And this Pleiades future energy, not just imagine, but you're here to first imagine and live your life from this place of equality, equanimity, harmony, flow. Because there is a dance between scheduling and flowing, planning and just simply being present in the spontaneous flow of the moment. That yes, you are the one who is holding this string, connected with the heavens, connected with the moon, connected with, maybe you pay attention to moon cycles. And you are the essence of light itself. Like, you are literally the light that radiates and shines. You are the clouds, you are the color blue, and you are the entire rainbow spectrum. Speaking of rainbow spectrum, okay, I think we're gonna close with, this is the Osho Zen Tarot. Any final messages for group 1? Let's go final messages, and also, what is an aligned action step? Okay, we're gonna go 3 questions. Final message from your higher self, your soul, your essence, your divine light beingness. Final message, please. And then we'll go aligned action. Oh, okay. Aligned action. And the blessing of the situation. Okay. Thank you. So this already flipped out. This is the aligned action, and this is the Seven of Swords, and it says politics. And the imagery is, there's this kind of goblin-like creature with a sneaky grin holding a mask. And the mask is like this smiling clown. And then there's this rattlesnake that's just all coiled up. And so there's very serpent, snake, kind of wearing a mask, two-facedness energy in this imagery. And it says politics. And since I'm familiar with the deck and the description of it, actually I'm being guided to read the description. So this is a potential aligned action for you. Seven of Swords, because my relationship with the Seven Swords, and like I said, there are no bad cards, no good cards. There can be this hypervigilance energy. Seven of Swords, Seven of Swords, Seven of Swords. Okay, got it. Okay. This card. Politics. Anybody who can be a good pretender, a hypocrite, will become your leader politically, will become your priest religiously. All that he needs is hypocrisy. All that he needs is cunningness. All that he needs is a facade to hide behind. Your politicians live double lives. Your priests live double lives. One from the front door, the other from the back door. And the back door life is their real life. Those front door smiles are just false. Those faces looking so innocent are just cultivated. If you want to see the reality of the politician, you will have to see him from his back door. There he is in his nudity, as he is, and so is the priest. These two kinds of cunning people have dominated humanity, and they found out very early on that if you want to dominate humanity, make it weak, make it feel guilty, make it unworthy, destroy its dignity, take all glory away from it, humiliate it, and they have found such subtle ways of humiliation that they don't come in the picture of all. They leave it to you to humiliate yourself, to destroy yourself. They have taught you a kind of slow suicide. Whew. So in this language, and particularly with this deck in this book, in some ways I feel like this type of language, it perpetuates programming. So maybe there is a part of you that goes, yeah, that's true. Like the politicians and the priests, they do religion, politics, everyone's two-faced, da-da-da. And so, because the swords in the mind, it really is asking us to notice our mental thought forms. Notice the mental thought forms that pass through like clouds in the sky, through mental awareness, and are there any beliefs, subconscious in the backdoor programming, or conscious around deception, being deceived, wearing masks. It's kind of like this energy of, in relationship to timing. Oh, in relation to, okay, so it's not, maybe there is something for you in the politics and the priest, but what's coming up through me right now is it's a relationship to the divine itself. And it comes out underneath this imagine one, right? So, okay, picking it up. So this Imagine card, with its just vast, spacious blue radiance, this white light shining in these blue clouds, and underneath it we have the Seven of Swords, this two-faced politician, snake-like, and, you know, all of the overlays around power over, power under, authority, manipulation, control, deception, blah, 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 blah. And so, does any part of you, are there any programs running subconsciously within you, or consciously, around not trusting the divine? Not trusting, maybe that language for you is God, or love, or the essential goodness or peace of the world. That all of your encounters with the divine, it's like they've been through a mask. Maybe you're the one wearing the mask. Maybe you've had experiences of wearing a mask to fit into, like, I kind of envision someone going to church, or maybe growing up in Catholic school, or going to temple, and maybe not feeling connected in the heart, because this is the Seven of Swords is a very mental energy, and yeah, it's almost like, oh, I don't know if I believe this. I don't know if I believe in the divine. I don't know if I believe that I am divine. And all of that is just mental energy. That's just mental energy, and we get to include it in what is. It's like, what if I what if I lean back and lie on this floating lounge chair on this ocean of life, and then what if it turns out it was a lie all the time? What if what if God is actually Satan? What if all that is good is actually bad? What if this is all an illusion? And what if I let down my guard? Yep, this is that hypervigilance that was coming through with the otter of, if I unfurrow my brow, if I stop paying attention, maybe I'll miss something, miss some important details, that fear of missing something. And then I'll just get swallowed by the ocean, and then I'll die. That's kind of where it goes down to, is that fear of being deceived by the divine, or that all of divinity is just a deception. Because it kind of feels like maybe your connection with your divinity, there's this butterfly. I'm telling you, this butterfly is now hanging up by the window, and it was just like coming to say hello right up by the window, and wow. Like that, maybe an experience like butterflies flying around and flying by the window to you is like, oh, there's a logical reason for that. That's not necessarily the divine, or that's not proof of the divine. It's just random happenstance and da-da-da. It's like, what is possible? Imagine what is possible if you allowed yourself to trust. If you allowed yourself to relax and surrender. And in terms of all the mental energy, it's like, that's your choice. You can choose, absolutely. You can fully choose to continue living, or to live from a place of distrust and doubt and anxiety and fear around timing, around your inherent divinity, And that is absolutely your free will and sovereign choice, and more power to you. And maybe there's within your heart or your soul or the essence of you, there's this recognition that that's not the truth of who you are and who you are here to be. That you actually are here in this equal value philosophy. You recognize that you and the divine are one-to-one on an equal level. There is no hierarchy. You can see through any illusions. Okay, final message from your divine self, your divinity. Oh, okay. Beautiful turtle. This is the Knight of Rainbows, or the Knight of Pentacles, and it says slowing down. That's beautiful. I love this card so much. I love the rainbows. And look, it's... Oh, the turtle is going into the water to just float. Like, that's your invitation. It's, yes, maybe invite some light and awareness and love into any programs of distrust or hypervigilance, and recognize that you can choose to deactivate, deprogram those if that aligns. And simply, like, if you're like, oh, how do I do that? You can ask yourself, and even just choosing it, saying, I choose to complete these programs, I choose to deactivate these programs. You can take that fear, that fear sphere, and envelop it within the loving light of you, dissolving it into the oneness of source. And yeah, slowing down, because slowing down, the Knights are also very much about timing, and the Knight of Pentacles especially, it's like your vessel, the turtle, the tortoise, travels with its home. Wherever the turtle goes, it is home. And this body that you might be in, maybe you're in light and you're tuning in light and you don't have a physical form, maybe you're not human. But this vessel that you are in, maybe it's your Merkaba, that your home is with you wherever you go, and you are safe. You are safe in yourself to slow down. You are safe to slow down. You are safe to lean back and receive and let the current of life flow with you, if that is what you choose. And the blessing of this situation, the blessing of where you are now. Oh, and I didn't mention this at the beginning, but this reading is timeless. So whenever you come upon this message, it is perfectly, divinely timed for and from you. Oh, okay. There we go. We have one existence. This is the Magician card in the tarot, describing it for those listening. There is a naked, long-haired, human-looking being sitting cross-legged on an open lotus leaf. And the lotus leaf is just suspended amidst the starry night sky. There's a shooting star. Honestly, there's actually tears coming to my eyes. There are tears coming to my eyes. It's just, this is you. And you are the one who you just get to float on this lotus leaf. You just get to float on the surface of the ocean. You get to float in space. And you aren't only the being who is sitting there. You are the leaf. You are the sky. You are the stars. You are space. You are the momentum that fuels the shooting star. You are all of it. And the Magician also, like, that is about our channeling and being channels and these bridges of the divine. It is letting creative energy pulse through us. And so coming back to the equal value philosophy and the first energy that I was picking up around divine partnership, This is about your divine partnership with the divine. This is about your relationship to source, to God, to love, to peace, to the essential truth of what is. And imagine what is possible when you choose to live in divine partnership with source, with spirit, with the harmony of life. That you don't have to keep it in check alone, because you are one-to-one. You are partners with life, with spirit, with death, with oneness. Also, just my attention being drawn to the back of the stack, the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle cards, that it's like, do you know what it's like? Okay, so you have on the front end, going back to what the Osho Zen Tarot, the politics card was saying about how you have the front end and the back end, and are you living simply from the front end, or is the truth of you in the back end, the subconscious programming, the essence of you? So the front end may be this furrowed brow, but all you do is you flip it over. You flip it over and you are this turtle swimming in the ocean with this radiant blue heart. Wow. And also just noticing the colors of, on the back of this furrowed brow otter card, the turtle is green, and the politics card, it has this green olive snake-like color, and both are green because green includes both. What is coming through? But essentially that one is not better than the other. It's not better to be a turtle or to be this goblin snake, because equal value philosophy, thank you Pleiadians, like all are inherently neutral and all energies are inherently source. And so whether you seem to be living, okay, so now I'm just holding the politics one in front. This is what it's kind of like. It's like the politics energy is in front, and then the turtle energy of just coasting, floating, flying like these little turtle wings through the ocean is behind. And if I'm lining it up in the camera just right, it's like, oh yeah, it may seem like this hypervigilance fear, this distrust in timing, this distrust in the divine, or simply doubt or skepticism or mental energy around that. It may seem like it's covering, but then all we do is we change our perspective, and then it reveals that you're already flying, you're already swimming, you're already floating. And even with this keeping it in check energy, that it's all one card. Even though there seems to be a front and a back side, it's all one card. This energy is all ready, whole, and complete. Like even if it seems like the brow is furrowed on the otter, you're already swimming like a turtle. Even if that is, turning your head around and checking out what's behind, checking out what is behind what you think. Period. Yeah. What is behind what you think? Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, how magical. And then, yeah, just closing it out with this beautiful magician card of you are existence. It's not even what is existence, it's you are existence. And if you notice, hello butterfly again. If you notice any like mental energy or brow furrow, like as you move through the moments and the days, notice any time you scrunch up the forehead or if there's a lot of brain energy focusing. Because really, you include the brain, but with the divine timing, with the beech tree of timing is everything, and just that exhale, leaning back, floating on the sea, your brain doesn't need to be active to flow with the current of life. Like you don't have to consciously be activating your brain because it's all taken care of, because you are existence itself. You are existence. I am existence. We are existence. This is one existence. And the existence is divine. It is as divine and as magical as we allow it to be. And maybe that resonates with you, maybe it doesn't, but however you are choosing to live imagine the infinite possibilities, the 8 infinite possibilities here for you. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Group 1. Thank you. Thank you for showing up and contributing your presence here with us, and for all those who are also here with you, with us. And thank you, butterflies. Thank you, hummingbirds. Much love. Hello, Group 2. This is your reading. And so you got 6 new paradigm Andromeda parallel. I love the Andromedans. It's a very adventurous, and the word that's coming up is revolutionary energy. And your tree was 22 on page 22. Bask. Oh yeah, this, the Andromedans are with us. Bask in the sun, mountain hemlock. Master number 22, sunniest spot. Ooh! There's just so much vibrancy. And there's like tears of happy joy. I'm just so happy for you and with you. And we got the butterflies and the sunshine and the leaves are dancing outside my window. It is new paradigm parallel. You are choosing to live in a new paradigm. You're creating the new paradigm. And the new paradigm, the word new, it's non-linear. Everything that is new is also old because everything is simultaneously now. But it's essentially, maybe you've recently experienced, it kind of feels like you've maybe recently been in a period that might have felt like winter, but now you're just arms up, arms wide, starfish, starshine. You're ready to receive the sun. So let's see what else. Ooh, Archangel Metatron. Metatron is speaking for you. And Metatron really comes through around life purpose and soul mission. So yeah, you definitely feel like you are consciously choosing to be in a spiritual experience in this lifetime, and that you remember that. Ooh, here we go. We have beautiful, authentic self. Who are you? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. The way I'm holding the card up to the camera, it's like, it looks like this is my head. Who are you? Like this, the being in the photo, not photo, this is a painting, has a very ethnically mixed or ambiguous, like blue eyes, tan skin, long dark hair. I don't have blue eyes, but maybe you are. Maybe you are multiracial, multi-ethnic. And you can see as well that in the background of this card, so it's essentially, it's a head, a painted head that is floating on a pure white body, and then with almost like an arc light of golden light around the head with the shadow of ancestors behind. And it really, I kind of feel myself in this as well, because everything really in the cards, yes, it is resonating with you, Group 2. Ooh, itchy. Interesting. So when attention is being brought to the skin, yeah. So what's coming through is this message around what is beyond your skin. So beyond your skin, what is beyond your skin? Who are you? What is your authentic self beyond your skin? And I love how the ancestors in that, because I think I might have mentioned it in the beginning of this video, in this podcast episode, that the wall behind me is my ancestor wall. And it's a wall that I connect with ancestral energy, and I just feel the support of them behind me. And also noticing how the colors align. This happened in group 1 too. So the colors of these two cards, there's purples, oranges, yellows. So very much I see crown activation. Your crown is like bing, 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 bing. We are open, we are present. And then we have some golden light and some orange and pink. So we have lots of solar plexus and sacral. You are the sun. That's what I'm seeing with this authentic self. Who are you? You are pure light. You are the sun. You are radiant golden light. And you are so supported by your ancestors. Ooh, okay. Kuan Yin. There's a Kuan Yin card by Alana Fairchild, who is wonderful. I actually did her Kuan Yin transmission course last year, which was beautiful. So what is beautiful Kuan Yin? Oh, there we go. Ooh, okay, we have... Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is the dance unveiling, and it is 36, and we see... Describing the image, there's... Kuan Yin is holding a number of mudras. She has... Oh, interesting. She has a chalice, it looks like, in her right hand, and her left hand, it looks like a little treasure box that is on fire. And she's standing on one leg with another leg lifted. She's draped in this gown with robes, and she has 4 arms. Oh, interesting. She has 6 limbs in this. She has 4 arms and 2 legs, and this is number 36. And I say that because I notice our first card, the Andromeda one, is a 6. Authentic Self, Who Are You? That's 46. The Mountain Hemlock Tree was a 22, which is another 4. So 4s and 6s might be speaking to you. 36, which is a 9 as well. The dance unveiling. Okay, Kuan Yin wants to speak to us through... Also, she wants to come in. Okay. I have this Kuan Yin. I love Kuan Yin. And Kuan Yin in Mandarin is Guan Yin, and it really is compassion. Like, she is such a beautiful... There you go. She gets to join us right there. Love Kuan Yin. The guidebook. Number 36, the dance unveil. Oh, flipped right to it. Thank you, Spirit. And we have number 113, page 113. There is a situation in your life that is about to reveal itself to you with greater clarity. Oh my God, I'm so excited for you. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited for you. Like there's a lot of third eye activation too. Just like sands shifting, the picture will seem clearer and quite different to how it once appeared to you. This clarity will bring you great relief and confirmation of your intuition. Be patient and allow the revelation to come to you at the perfect time. Often what we think we know is only a small part of the bigger picture. With some more information, what we think is the truth can shift, sometimes dramatically, and reveal a completely different reality. Sometimes we really imagine a situation, person, or place to be all that we think or feel that it is, only to find that it is not quite that way at all after some time and involvement has passed. There is an important situation in your life right now that is still unfolding, and you have yet to perceive it fully. It is safe for you to be patient and curious and trust what you feel is unfolding now. So I would pay attention have your dreams been speaking to you? Have butterflies and signs and synchronicities, simply allowing and noticing what you notice. There's no forcing that needs to happen, like no need to grab or grasp or effort or try to have information come to you, because it's already there. Like all the clarity is already there. Yeah. In this Authentic Self, Who Are You card, like around your head, around your mind, around your crown is light, is the illumination of the truth. And it's kind of like your eyes are already open. You know, sometimes if you're looking at the sun, or which maybe you have a practice of sun gazing, Oh yeah, because basking in the sun. Oh my gosh. Mountain hemlock, basking in the sun. If you don't have a practice of sun gazing, that might be something that you might want to explore in the morning and evening hours. And just spending time in the sun if the sun is around and available. And if the sun doesn't seem to be shining where you are in this moment in time, remembering that even behind any clouds that seem to be, the sun still is shining. And sometimes when we cast our gaze to the sun, the eyes, there's a moment, or even right now, the light that is on behind the camera, it's quite bright. It's a very bright light. And if I turn my eyes to look at the bright light, there's this moment of adjustment on the physical plane. On the spiritual multidimensional energetic way, I'm already the light, so there is no adjustment. But there can seem to be a period of receiving the fullness of what is here. And so that's what I kind of feel is being spoken to. Don't rush to set things in motion, to form a structure, or even to make things concrete until you have had a chance to be clear about the situation. I'm continuing to read the Kuan Yin Oracle Guidebook. There will be a time in the near future when you will realize that the graceful cosmic dance of Kuan Yin has unfolded and a veil has been lifted. At that time, you will realize that you are seeing much more clearly and accurately than you have previously been able to do. Yeah, it's interesting. I actually don't see any veils. Veil can be a veiling word, if that makes sense. Like, the belief that there is a veil is what perpetuates there being a veil. Like, the belief that there is illusion is the existence of illusion. And so it's almost like, I want to say a light switch, but the light is already on. It's more so this choice to shift from the question of who are you, or shift from the question of what is going on, or whatever the situation that maybe you are calling in clarity around. It's like it's shifting from this question to the statement of, I am clear, I see clearly, I am light. And how that may support you in aligning with the resonance of the all-knowingness, because you are the divine. We are the divine, and you have access to all knowledge, all knowingness, all consciousness, all energy, all frequencies. And it is in the trust that only what comes through is what is perfectly aligned for you. So just because we have access to all frequencies, that doesn't mean that all frequencies are for us. And remembering that those that do come through are perfectly for us. Okay, so continuing to read. Only then will an appropriate course of action or non-action be clear to you. Trying to apply effort or create results before that time will not cause the unveiling dance to unfold more quickly. Be patient and trust, beloved. Kuan Yin's dance of divine grace will touch this part of your life and bring you clarity. Go into your heart and listen for the music of her dance. This oracle is also confirmation that something you have recently perceived or will soon perceive is accurate. This perception may have been something of a surprise, shock, or stretch for you, and perhaps you are not quite comfortable with its implications as yet, and so you are doubting the veracity of your vision. Be patient and allow yourself to get used to the new truths that are revealing themselves to you now. The dance of Kuan Yin's grace brings not only revelation, not only revelation, but also opportunity and resolution. Actually, something you have recently perceived or will soon perceive it's accurate. Maybe you're doubting the veracity of your vision. So perhaps you do see it and there's this confusion energy or doubt or resistance of accepting what you see, which I can the number of experiences that I've had of around the third eye, around the mind's eye, around seeing clearly, and whether that's seeing the self for who I am, whether that is, oh, there are two butterflies. Whether that's seeing multidimensionally and seeing subtle energy and seeing through what seems to be to the wholeness that is, there can be this fear of seeing clearly. Like all the times that I have been like, oh, I don't know, or oh, I don't see what's going on, or I just feeling like I'm in this confusion or unclear energy. I was choosing to be in that energy. I was choosing to experience murkiness because there are a number of things. Like sometimes it's seeing the truth can spark a lot of activation. Like maybe it's what some may call a hard truth to swallow. That is not something that just bloop, 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 blooping that. Because however you swallow or don't swallow, however you flow through truth, since truths flow through you, can be easy. Even if seeing with clarity what is here for you to see, even if that sparks energy activation, a flurry of sensation, that can just flow through easily. And the sense is that you already have a fleshed out toolbox of expertly and masterfully and skillfully working with energy and working with emotional energy in particular. And so, yeah, the Andromedans and the new paradigm and the dance unveiling, there's this kind of action movement. The dance is already happening. You're already dancing the dance. And so maybe it's not about arriving at a certain answer. Because sometimes this is something I've experienced, of asking for vision, asking for clarity, to connect with a sense of completion or contentment or peace. But even without any mental energy, peace is already here. Your light, your wholeness, your clarity is already here, even if it's not something that you consciously know or have a journey around in meditation, or even if it's not something that you like write out consciously, you already know. Okay. Osho Zen Tarot. First, a final message from your soul essence, divine light being self, higher self, your ascended master self. Final message, please, for group 2. This guy. And then an aligned action in this situation, please. Ooh. Hop right out. And finally, the blessing, the gift, the blessing and gift of this. The blessing, this one. Thank you, thank you. And Kuan Yin, we have her blessings as well. So this is final message for you. We have 0, the Fool. We have the Fool card. Okay, and then your aligned action. We have 10. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have change. And then butterfly. And finally, what is the blessing in the situation? Wow. We have 21. We have completion with the World card. Oh my gosh, this is... Wow. I am so excited. I am just so excited for you. You have... Okay. Well, we have 3 major arcana. You have the Fool, you have the Wheel of Fortune, and you have completion. This... Yeah, it's just all happening. It's all happening for and with and from you, and you simply get to, 22. This is, maybe your life path number is 22, or maybe it's 11 or 33, because you are an ascended master incarnate, my dear. Okay, 22. Bask in the sun. You are a freaking ray of light. You are beaming. You are... Who are you, Divine One? You are who you are. You are who you are. You are pure light. Whether it seems like you have a human head or not, you are who you are. The dance is already unveiling, and you just get to dance through life and enjoy the unveiling of it, because it's not even veiled, because you remember that there are no veils to unveil. And you are here to anchor, embody, actualize what some may call new earth, new paradigm, the age of Aquarius, whatever it is, whatever language resonates with you. You are here to live from, and you are doing this. You are, because as you bask in the sun and you radiate sunlight, because you are a sunlight in your community, locally, but then also just, cosmically, multinationally, multidimensionally. You are building, creating, actualizing this new paradigm, and you are beginning within yourself, from your crown, you're connected to your solar plexus, and you're with the mountain hemlock. You are rooted. You're wonderful. Oh wow, I'm even noticing, so in this Andromeda new paradigm card, this parallel card, can you see how there's actually like the rune symbol of Soello. I think that's how you pronounce it. But this lightning bolt shape, and that is success. Like, your success is inevitable. It is guaranteed. That's what you are here for. It's just unfolding in perfect divine time. And there's also this it's kind of like this yin yang energy, which comes up as well, like this new paradigm Andromeda energy, which it mirrors this wheel of fortune of the Osho Zen tarot of the yin yang in the center of that wheel. And also we have just this wonderful spiral energy, because we're spiraling within. That's what we're doing. And we have the zodiac wheels, and we have the different elements. Yeah, you remember, because the Fool card, I love, when I first started getting into tarot, I am so grateful to have found Lindsay Mack of Tarot for the Wild Soul and her teachings around the tarot, because they really reminded me about the tarot is as vast as we are. And it doesn't have to be in these like patriarchal, traditional do. The Fool, you are the Fool. And that's a beautiful thing to be. It's both a new beginning and zero. Like zero, God is zero. Zero is everything. Zero is nothing. Zero is the essence of what is. 0 times anything is 0. You being brought to any situation illuminates it with pure divine light. And the Fool, in the imagery of the Fool, there's someone almost floating off, stepping off. One foot is on the cliff edge on the mountain, and the other is dangling off the edge of the cliff, and holding a bouquet of flowers in this one, with this gorgeous sunset sky in the background, with the mountains. Also, maybe you enjoy, I'm hearing that going to the mountains, spending time in the mountains might really support you at this time, or trees in general. Especially if there's a little river in this image. If there are rivers, like a stream or a creek in a mountain, that may be somewhere that you might be inspired to dance or meditate. And the Fool, that idea of the Fool of jumping off a cliff. Why would somebody jump off a cliff? Well, it's because you remember that you were already flying. If you've recently taken any what some may call risks or big changes in your life, because you are in a significant season of change and transformation, up-leveling, full system upgrades, energetic downloads. Your blueprint is, if it isn't already crystallizing, it is. And it's all sacred geometry too. Ooh, I could even, I see you like going to a mountain and then in collaboration with the trees and Gaia, like creating an altar, like a sacred geometric altar, maybe with some leaves, and offering prayers for what it is that you are calling into your life, for the new paradigm, for the truth of you. 0, 10, and 21. So now we have, and then completion. The blessing of this, all that you are experiencing, all the change, all the transformation, all of your visionary insight and foresight and now sight and past sight and all the things, your divine sight, it's the blessing is that you are living from, existing from, even more deeply and wholly, your holiness, your wholeness. Like you are a whole being exactly as you are. Everything that appears and arises in your experience, even if it seems like it's separation, even if it seems like what some may call a slower vibrational energy, it just gets to be part of all that is. And in this image of the world card in this deck, there's this blue, peaceful Buddha-like face and what looks like a human hand holding a puzzle piece, putting in the final puzzle piece to complete this image of this Buddha figure. And the final puzzle piece is in the third eye. So yeah, that's definitely... You may be experiencing crown and third eye activation or upgrades, especially with all the visioning that's coming through. And the beauty in this as well, it's like with the image of one final puzzle piece completing the puzzle and the who are you, it's, oh, and the new paradigm. Okay, so basically in the new paradigm, there's a choice for you to be your truest authentic self, your most unapologetic, radiant self, and that is your role in the completion of this new paradigm. Like, you serve humanity, you serve the earth, you serve the intergalactic cosmos collective that is, by choosing to show up as the puzzle piece that you are here to play. Play. And play. I invite you to play too. Because you can see that in these puzzle pieces, each one is a different shape. Each of us seem to be a different shape. It seems like our skin, just like there was that little moment of itchy skin, the skin seems to be a border that separates us from each other, that seems to define a shape that is specifically defined for us and of us. That Pei-Ling is this being that is contained within the skin in this particular shape of skin, just like the lines of the puzzle piece. And yeah, it is yes and. Yes, I am this unique puzzle piece. You are this unique puzzle piece. And we might not look like each other. We might not look like our ancestors. And we are complete and whole. And that is our service to the collective. Because I definitely feel that you are, especially with the Metatron, including Metatron and Kuan Yin, like you have very ascended master energy connected with the itchy skin again. Oh, and back. Okay, so now I'm just scratching the back of my left shoulder, and so there may be in this lifetime your maternal lineage, your ancestors, because the back can be really connected to our ancestral energies. So maybe there are some ancestors in your maternal lineage, even if it's not a couple generations back, but many generations back, who they're here supporting you, and they're supporting you in remembering the fullness of who you are, of showing up as this unique puzzle piece that only you are. Because you are here, you fill a perfect you-sized hole in the universe. You are perfectly you in this exact moment, there's nowhere to go. There's nothing to unveil. Even amidst change, it's like, what is it like to experience and flow with change and transformation from that centeredness, that yin yang, that wholeness of duality, the unity, the truth, that you can flow with change and evolution with ease and trust, being guided by your own inner vision and intuition, because you are intuitive, you are psychic, you are all the things. You are so connected. Your crown is open. You are dancing through life. You are basking in the sunshine. And so with the sunshine, there may be solar codes that are here to support you during this energetic upgrade. And also mountain, tree, basically nature. Gaia is inviting you to go outside in whatever way is available to you. Even if it's just within meditation, within your own inner world, maybe your heart space, like maybe if you drop into the heart space, that your sanctuary is this lush meadow with a creek and deer and hummingbirds and bees, honey. I'm hearing honey. Maybe honey is something significant for you, either consuming honey, having products that have honey in it, or just appreciating honey. Yeah. This is what a special time. I'm so honored to be joining you here. What a wonderful group. I mean, everyone is wonderful, but there's it's so wonderful to celebrate you and your service, and I'm so grateful for your service to the collective and for being part of actualizing this new paradigm of unity and oneness and love and harmony and flow and remembrance and our connection with the cosmos. There's actually one more card. There's the Galactic Heritage cards are actually speaking. A little bonus card, a little bonus message for group 2. What's coming through for group 2? You're welcome. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, okay. 2. Aha! Wow, this is okay. Whew. So we have Mental Transformation 94, Serious Future. Let me do this one. Refocus, there we go. Which you might even, with these card images, you might even want to screenshot them and just like gaze at because it's super special. And then we have 95, Way Showing, Serious Future. And both these have such a vibrant, golden, warm, there's like sparks of orange and purple. Yeah, you are transforming as the way shower that you are. And also you have very serious Syrian energy. So maybe you have experiences in Sirius B. I think there's Sirius A, B, C. Any of the Sirius star systems. Maybe you have origins in Sirius or origins in Andromeda. Also I see connection with grid work and traveling. So the change might be a change in because dancing and change in Andromeda, maybe you're traveling, and even the Fool, that's the mountains. Maybe you're traveling somewhere that has mountains. Maybe you envision yourself in a location that is not where you are currently, and that is part of your journey, is to activate the planetary grid and collaborate with Gaia in that way. By anchoring and illuminating radiance in different pockets of the earth. But even this, like the fact that the sequence of 94 to 95 shows up, which that's, what is that? 13 to 14, that's a 4 to a 5 as well. I'm just chuckling at math. Yeah. Oh, and I'm just noticing, do you see in both of these cards, there's, oh my gosh, I'm so glad this is focusing. There are little lightning bolts right There. In both of these mental transformation way showing, there's the little lightning bolts that are just like the Andromeda lightning bolt. Sowelo, Sowilo, that rune, which is just success. Like, you are a spark of lightning. You are way showing. You are enlightening all of existence. Wow. Okay. There's just one more card that wants to come through because there's like a little pyramid happening, and there's one more that is coming through down here at the bottom. Yeah, and it's back with the tarot. Okay. Okay, tarot, what is our final card? Final message from you, to you, for you, from you, with you, as you. You're a beautiful way shower. Maybe you identify with the words light worker, star seed, star soul. Maybe not. Maybe you just are who you are and you're just the sunshine, the sunlight, starlight. And Andromeda, and with the Fool energy too, like, you are innovative. You are here to lead in ways that are new, ways that are revolutionary. And revolutionary, it's not about like going in a circle of revolving back to where we came from. It's more of the spiral. It's the spiral energy of the Wheel of Fortune, of change, of spiraling forward, spiraling within. And spiraling from that place of remembering that we are already the Fool, we're already flying and floating in the air, and we're already complete and whole. So all is well. Okay. Final message, please. Oh, there it is. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, this makes sense that this is coming through. We have number 8. Are we focusing? There we go. Letting go. And this is the 8 of Cups. And in the image, there's a little lotus leaf in a pond with a little droplet of water that had rippled into the pond, and kind of circle ripple effects. Yeah, so there are droplets of water on the leaves that are dropping into the pond, and the pond water ripples out. And so the way that the cards are placed now, there's kind of this arrow. It's this upside down pyramid, and at the very bottom of the pyramid is letting go. And so it really is this journey. I like how the top center card is this crown chakra and your stellar stargate. It's the authentic self. It's who are you, the truth of who you are. And 4 and 6, like 4 very rooted, stable energy. You're the what are the foundations of you, the origins of you? And then 6 being like Gaia and nature and harmony and family and also Metatron. Metatron's, oh yeah, it's on the back of this. Oh, let me pick you up. Can I pick you up, please? There we go. Yeah, the 6-pointed star. We have the Merkaba, and just sacred geometry in general. Like I mentioned, the altar in the forest. But it's simply a natural progression as part of change is letting go. And the traditional imagery, the Smith Rider-Waite imagery of the 8 of Cups is 8 cups behind a person, or maybe there are 7 cups behind the person, but basically there are cups behind, and you see the back of a person walking away from these cups. And it's release, letting go. And when we let go of what is the Fool card, when we let go of the illusion, perception, experience of being on stable ground, of needing to be on the ground in order to feel safe, or on what is familiar. Maybe this mountain is actually somewhere that you've been. Maybe you're letting go of the mountain. Maybe you're moving away from the mountain. Maybe, yeah, that this is a hike. Even if you're going hiking and say you go down the same trail all the time and there's this groove, this habit that has been grooved of going down the same trail, and then suddenly with your intuition, with your inner sight, you're inspired to go a different direction. And then you dance down that way instead, and you discover, you just discover what you're there to discover. But there's this letting go of the ground, letting go of how you've experienced the ground. Because the new paradigm, it's like, there is a letting go of the ways things have been. And we're all experiencing that individually and collectively. And personally and professionally, and in all the ways, it's whatever you're transitioning from, whatever the change is unfolding, remember that it is foreign from you, that it is purely divine, that it is all aligned, it is unfolding in perfect timing. And what clears away is only creating space for that which is most aligned with you now to come in. That there may be some mental transformation, some belief, some subconscious belief, reprogramming, deprogramming, letting go. I'm hearing letting go of patterns of thought, of belief that are no longer serving you, that you're complete with. And it's simply a choice to be complete with them and done with them. And that intention is powerful enough to let it be. Completion. Completion. What are you complete with? What are you complete with? Maybe it's addictive behaviors or patterning or programming. Maybe it's not even your energy. What are you complete with? Are you complete with being anyone other than you? Are you complete with diluting your light, hiding your light? Even Kuan Yin, it's like in this image of Kuan Yin, her heart, her chest, her throat, her crown, her mind, her third eye are glowing and radiant, and then she's rooted kind of in the darkness underneath with her legs. Are there any parts of you that you are keeping in shadow? And by shadow, I mean literally, excuse me. Oh, yeah, there's energy moving. There's energy moving. And it's moving up, because that's what for context, there are like some burp energies coming up. And so there's this solar plexus activation, and it's sparkling this light up and out and through. So it's letting go, like, I just have this curling up, relaxing the stomach, relaxing the belly, letting the belly be soft. And letting whatever is complete, almost like there's a waterfall of cleansing golden light that streams down and effortlessly, easily goes through the brain, the crown, all of the chakras, down through the roots, and cleanses away whatever. Oh yeah, and the throat. There's definitely some throat energy. Yeah. Letting that golden light compost the energies that you're complete with, because it really is a gift. It's like, even if the leaf is letting go of the droplet of water, it's simply returning the drop of water to source. So everything that you let go of, even if it's, say you're going to the toilet and you're peeing, that liquid is returning to the earth, to source. And I also see that you are a pioneer in your life of, it may seem like you are alone in the potential intensity, or it may seem like you are the first among those in your direct vicinity, so maybe your friends and family, to be leading the way, to be way showing the way. But trust that all of your changes, and this is something that I have experienced within my own life, of as you connect with your authentic self, as you shine your authentic self, you don't have to change anyone else. You don't even have to change yourself because you are already complete and whole. But as you're experiencing and remembering evolution in service to actualizing the paradigm of unity consciousness here on Earth, and also way showing for others, potentially future clients or partners or those that you encounter even just in day-to-day life, that you are leading the way. And by you choosing to live as the radiant light that you are, you remind others that they also can choose and to remember and to be their truest authentic selves, their truest form, expression, vibrancy. Wow. Oh, so fun, so beautiful. Like I said, I'm so honored to be here with you and to be connecting with you. You inspire me. You inspire me. And yeah. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love to you. Hello, group 3. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just as I was opening and tuning into your energy, this song was just humming through, and it's the one that goes, what is that? Bad decisions, that's alright. Welcome to my silly life. Mistreated, misunderstood, knowing it's all good. Oh, pretty, please. Don't you ever feel that you're less than perfect. Oh, pretty, please. Don't you ever feel... Yeah, that's it. Don't you ever feel that you're less than perfect. Who's that by Pink? So there may be, that song might be reflecting something for you, but that was what was coming through. And we have for you 25 alone time Vega, which even in the imagery of this card, if you're just listening to it and not watching, there's this large circle, kind of like a planet with these kind of caverns and circles within, and then it's a very rainbow energy too, blues, reds, greens, yellows. And then to the side, kind of like an orbiting moon, there's a mini circle with a little being, let's see, there we go, with a little being right in the inside. And oh yeah, that being is frowning. Can you see that? There we go. Bad decisions once or twice. Yeah, there's a little frowning. Yeah, and just reminding us of the tree energy, which we have 90. Oh, interesting. Well, this may be a message for you too. Make the most of your community. Douglas fir. Trees benefit from having a support network. That's interesting. So that might be a message along with the 90, make the most of downtime, the oak tree. Yeah, about how active it is to be in a period of transformation. And so alone time, and then also your support network. These might be things that are supporting you now. So that's a 90. We have 25, which is a 7. Okay, the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle cards are whispering for and from you. I love this. It kind of looks like a banana slug, an underwater banana slug. It's this vibrant purple slug-like creature with these fiery flame tentacles, and it's number 10, every step counts. And it says, there is an advantage in taking things slowly. Breathe deeply and fully as you consider your options. Even the posture of this slug friend is curled up. And so there's this hermiting away energy of allowing yourself spaciousness. Maybe this is physical space of being alone, and maybe if being physically alone is not available to you for whatever reason, energetic vibrational autonomy and sovereignty of being alone within the there's this like boundary thing, but it's almost like this tornado of energy that's spiraling up from you. Like I see you within this tornado of energy that is your unique energy. Yeah, I see you in this tornado. Maybe it feels like there's a tornado spiraling around you and you're connecting the center. Let's get another card. Oh, okay, Kuan Yin. Oh, and Kuan Yin's right here. Kuan Yin came through for group 2 as well. Ooh, Kuan Yin. For group 3, please. Beautiful group 3. In this one. Immortal Treasures. Number 14. And not the other thing. So the description of this image, it's Kuan Yin wearing a beautiful necklace. This necklace actually it's giving me like Egyptian vibes, like Egyptian, what's that bird? Phoenix? I don't know if phoenixes are Egyptian, but maybe you have connections with some of the Egyptian pantheon. Is it an Egyptian pantheon or is it just a Greek pantheon? The Egyptian pantheon. And Kuan Yin's hair in this is it's actually kind of ram-like. It's like antlers. And then she has her eyes closed and she's kind of turned to the side, so it's a profile view with her gaze looking down, and that's kind of this like reflective turning inwards, slowing down, pausing. And it's a close-up. Some of the other cards in this deck have her full body dancing with like spiraling ribbons and stuff, but it's like an invitation to get up close and personal within yourself. And so this might be a time to meditate in whatever way meditation is enjoyable for you. And Kuan Yin just asked me, let me read from this guidebook. This deck is by the wonderful Alana Fairchild. 14. Okay. You carry within you precious immortal treasures, beloved. So even within being in the first sentence, this is a time where all of your answers, all of your anything, it's all within you. They exist, continuing to read, these immortal treasures, they exist beyond life and death, belonging to the celestial heavenly realms of the divine presence within you. Kuan Yin now guides you to honor these treasures, the gifts of your soul, which includes the ability that you have to transmit healing. Honor yourself as a healer, beloved, whether formally or informally. Your soul brings a special healing light to humanity. You have divine support in your role as a healer in whatever way, usual or highly unusual, that this is unfolding for you now. Yeah, interesting. As I'm speaking, as we're pulling this card, I feel this kidney, lower back energy. So maybe you experience like physical sensation in your lumbar spine. Yeah, there's this, maybe yoga would be supportive for you, or maybe that's one way that you are a healer. Maybe you guide others in certain movement practices or energy work. Or maybe that's a direction that you're expanding into. And so I invite you, if it's to place one or both hands on the lower back, that kidney area. And the thing about being a healer is that we begin with ourselves. And really, by beginning with ourselves, it's, okay. It's kind of like, you know, that you are a healer, or you already are a practicing healer in whatever capacity for others. Like, you are here to be of service in a healing capacity and an aligning capacity for others. And this is now a time for you to focus on yourself so that you are in a state of energetic overflow. Like that tornado, it's like all this stuff is spiraling around you, and maybe you've been so focused on other people's energies, but this is a time to recenter around yourself. Focus on, and attention being brought to the spine. Like, what is your spinal column saying to you? What is your spine? Because that is like the spine in the human body. It's like our column of light that connects us right down into the center of the earth, all the way through to source and the cosmos. And when we just bring the element of physical touch to that place, to the kidneys, so maybe are you drinking water? And what water are you drinking? Water has a memory, so you can bless your water and bless your water. That's why holy water really is legitimate. I mean, all of the things, everything is as legitimate as you believe it to be or allow it to be. But water literally is encoded with memory, and water molecules, they transform shape as we direct consciousness in certain ways. Like, they absorb. And so even if, like, in meditation or some gentle qigong, like the fountain, if you ever practice just the fountain in qigong, you can even do it sitting, of drawing the life force energy up through the kidneys, up through the waterways of the blood and the energy and the life force, and then dispersing and overflowing. Because in the fountain, we are in a state of overflow, that we're drawing the energy up through our roots, through our spinal column, and we are overflowing it, so that anything that we share, any way that we are of service, any way that we are offering support and healing, that it comes from first our core, our essence, our center, our healthy, vibrant, fluid spine, and also through the heart, and then it is in a state of energetic overflow. And it's kind of like, I'm also hearing every step counts. If you've been quite sedentary, walking, gently walking, moving, walking alone, walking in nature. This little slug creature is also in the kelp at the bottom, the ocean floor. And so barefoot in the grass if you can, if that speaks to you. I think that grounding could be really supportive for your spine. What else? This is Immortal Treasures 14. Each soul is unique and precious in its own way. Certain souls have the light of healing. Yours is one such soul. Your presence on this planet brings light and hope to others, sometimes in ways that you don't consciously recognize. Kuan Yin is with you. Yeah, she is. I'm holding up this little Kuan Yin candle holder thingy-mabobber statue. Kuan Yin is with you, guiding you to be open to perceiving and utilizing the immortal treasures that lay within you, the beautiful light and gifts of your own divine soul. Just remember to take care of yourself too. Well, this is just confirmation of what I was sharing. Yeah, that's absolutely what is coming through. An empty cup cannot fill another. It is better to allow your inner cup to be spiritually filled and emotionally and physically replenished through balanced self-care, a bit of indulgence balanced with loving discipline and boundaries that make you feel safe and secure within. And boundaries, that's the tornado, that's the vibrational autonomy. It's like, even if it's a practice on a daily basis or a moment basis, whenever the moment arises, if something is spiraling within your awareness, your physical body, because the physical body can be carrying other people's energies too. The amount of ancestral clearing that I've done, like, are the energies that are arising in your awareness. If you are familiar with human design, you know that you have a lot of open centers and you're very open to or empathic to other people's energies. It's kind of like taking off your clothes at the end of the day. It's like, how can you take off any clothes that are energies that are not yours? And the question, maybe not how, but are you choosing to? Are you choosing to take off energies that are not yours, or are you choosing to hold on to those energies because there's part of you that believes that that is the way that you serve? Yeah, it's clearing. Yeah, we're just surfacing and we're clearing any programming around self-sacrifice as a way of healing and serving. Like, you don't need to carry other people's baggage as a way of healing them, because healing, first and foremost, is a remembrance that we are already healed. You are already healed and whole, and the rest is just the unfolding of, being here in the physical plane and to do all the things that we get to experience. And so healing is also an individual choice. Like, even if you are functioning in the capacity of a healer, say you practice quantum energy healing, or maybe you're a card reader or some type of holistic health practitioner, or maybe you're just like a friend who is devoted and is healing just by your listening and being present with people. Say, in that example of a conversation, say you're in conversation with someone, you, in listening and in witnessing and in radiating and overflowing the light of your love, that is healing in and of itself. Like, you don't need to take what somebody is saying and be like, okay, let me fill my backpack with that so that it lightens their load. Maybe it's like, oh, because I've experienced this before in the past, of recognizing subconscious patterned ways of carrying the load, the burdens of others, because I was like, oh, I'm strong, I can carry this, let me protect them from this energy. And for me, like, as a child with my parents, it was like I was unconsciously and yet consciously, willingly mediating, peacekeeping, carrying other people's stuff. And that, it's like, oh, I have this like backache crouching because the backpack is so heavy. The backpack can get so heavy, and it's like, can we empty our pockets? Can we just like put the backpack down and realize we don't have to carry anything? We don't have to carry anything at all, because we are just pure light. And we definitely don't need to be carrying things that are other people's. And actually, it is keeping them in that vibration. Whoever you're quote unquote healing or serving or supporting, offering healing energy to, it keeps them in that vibration when we carry the things that are theirs. Because, yes, even if they're there's just some stuff surfacing around like soul contracts and karmic agreements and that type of energy. Even if those things are true and they've been part of your experience in relationship with maybe your work, your business, because it feels like some of you may be professionally healers in whatever capacity or whatever words that you term yourself or describe what you do or the way that you serve. Yeah, there may be some like karmic stuff that is coming into completion. But really, it's like when you're in that, now I'm doing the fountain Qigong move again, where the backs of the palms come together and they rise up from passing through the spinal column, from the like grazing, from starting essentially from like the bladder area, because the kidney and the bladder are connected in. Those are the yin-yang meridians. The kidney is the yin meridian and the bladder is the yang meridian. And the backs of the palms are facing each other, and I'm just gliding my arms up overhead and spreading that energy out to the sides, kind of like a fountain of water overflowing. And yeah, when we're in that state of overflow, like, the fountain's not holding on to anything. When a fountain is flowing, it is simply flow. It's not holding on to a droplet of water or trying to keep things the way they are. So a number of things. Oh, here we go. Continuing to read the Kuan Yin Oracle Guidebook for 14 Immortal Treasures. A bit of indulgence balanced with loving discipline and boundaries that make you feel safe and secure within. To find the right way to care for yourself, explore what might work for you. It might be yoga and meditation, a little sacred time each day to sit with a crystal or talk from your heart with your guidance, a health retreat, time in nature, a good book and some time laughing or playing with loved ones. Your healing ability will find new levels of power and strength through exploration of self-care. The immortal treasures of the soul are to be shared with loving respect of your own self as well as for others. This oracle can also indicate that it is helpful for you to exploring healing of an issue that you have been dealing with or is yet to be resolved. If you have been contemplating visiting a healer or taking a break from a stressful situation, this card supports you in doing so. You might simply need a chance to replenish and withdraw for a short time You might simply need a chance to replenish, and withdrawal for a short time may help you meet this need. You may also benefit, if you so feel inclined, from a healing with another. Trust your intuition and allow yourself to honor your own special light and the need that you might have for receiving healing just for you at this time too. Kuan Yin will help you find your way. The processes below will support you in receiving her help. And then it goes on to... There's a mantra that says, I give thanks for this healing on all levels of my being through the unconditional love of Kuan Yin. Thank you, beloved. Om Mani Padme Hum. Yeah. So crystals, yoga, and it can be playful, it can be fun, it can be easy. I'm also hearing ClassPass. Maybe you have ClassPass. That's at least been one way that I've gotten to experience many different healing modalities. Infrared sauna, qigong, yoga, and even just like the spine. Yeah, just letting the spine be flexible. I'm wiggling the spine side to side right now, and even circling the spine. My retention's really being brought to just like spinal health and fluidity and flow, and it definitely feels like some energetic stuff, maybe some ancestral stuff to clear and return. Okay, let's go to the Osho Zen Tarot. And just reminding you that you're so supported. You are exactly where you're meant to be. You are so incredibly supported, and whatever is present, that this too shall pass, and you are fully sovereign and empowered to choose. Say you might describe what you're experiencing as pain. You have the choice to transform your relationship with that, and you have the choice to experience any sensation with ease, if that's what's aligned with you and if that's what you desire. And oh yeah, the tree, the other tree one that I flipped open to, and now my attention is being drawn to the throat, feeling free to express and ask for support and help. And that's that Kuan Yin invitation to connect with community as well, your support network, other practitioners, energy practitioners, healers, maybe even channeling light language if you do that, sounding, letting expression, creative expression is absolutely a form of self-care. Okay, final message from your divine self, your soul, your higher self. Final message, please, for group 3. Aligned action for group 3, please. Ooh, 2. And then the blessing, the gift of this situation. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, we're going. Okay, we'll do those 2, and then we'll do this one. That one, okay. Da, da, da. So, Final message, 5 of Swords comparison. This is the first time I'm really noticing the imagery of this card. So on this card, there's one stalk of bamboo and there's a tree, which looks like a redwood to me. And they're standing side by side in that comparison energy of the bamboo is here to be bamboo and the tree is meant to be, the redwood tree is here to be the redwood tree. And it's like, you are here to be you. Is there any comparison energy arising? Any mental thoughts, judgments, self-judgments, criticisms? Any like, oh, I'm this, but I should be this. There's a butterfly here. Yeah, even this alone time card, the original Galactic Heritage card of the little being in the circle that seems to be separate from the larger circle. Yeah. Is there any part of you that feels disconnected? That feels disconnected from life? Because there's two sides of the boundaries. There's vibrational autonomy and staying true and clear as to what is you and what isn't you, what is for you and what isn't for you. And then there's also boundaries in terms of separation, of like a wall blocking you from source, you from life, you from oneness, you from magic. And any part of you that feels alone, it's like, I just feel this a hug, like giving yourself a hug. I'm giving myself a hug for you and through you. And that also, it's like curling into a ball and giving yourself a hug and just giving yourself permission to hermit. That comparison can even be comparison with a past self or a future self. Maybe you have visions of who you are and the truth of you, and you're comparing what seems to be and where you seem to be with that. An aligned action step. So we have 7 of Cups, projections, which that feels very related to the comparison energy of what are you projecting onto others. Maybe it almost feels like a pedestal energy. And it's interesting because I just crossed my legs because maybe there's someone that you see, maybe it's online, maybe it's even me, maybe it's someone else that you notice the comparison thoughts with, that you're comparing yourself or your journey to that which seems to be outside of you. And yeah, what is this? And oh yeah, the cross-legged thing is that there's this almost projection that person is as regal or above or higher than. Just like in this Vega card, how the little bubble is underneath the big bubble. It's like, oh, I'm just a little bubble. I'm not as magical, or I'm not as capable. I'm not as masterful or skillful as a healer as the big bubble or the big planet. But then right underneath the projections is breakthrough. It's breakthrough. And this is 11. This is a major arcana in the tarot. Breakthroughs? What is breakthrough? It's slipping my mind right now which card, but the message for this card is breakthrough. Yeah, and in the imagery, there's this kind of explosive quality of this person in the center with their arms raised directly up. And they're glowing from their heart, from their solar plexus, this white, bright light that is just shattering all of these red shards, these layers that have been... It's like those pieces that are flying off of you, they're not you. They're not your energy. And what you're breaking through is you're breaking through the projections, you're breaking through the comparison, you're breaking through internalizing anything that is not authentically you. And the blessing of doing this, because when you do that, the center of you in this breakthrough card, it's pure white light. Like the center of you is just your love, your divinity in your heart. And that is your immortal treasure, your immortal treasure. Your treasures are immortal. And the blessings, gifts. Yeah, I'm definitely noticing some throat energy. So there may be some communication, like maybe it's communicating expectations of your timing availability to your clients or your family. Yeah, setting aside time where you can just be with yourself and connecting with the treasure of butterfly. Maybe it's going on a walk in nature. But I think that self-care, that alone time could be something really supportive for you. And silence, that meditation. This is the moon card. This is 17, which is an 8. And in this image, there's a peaceful lake with some mountains in the distance and this closed-eyed, peaceful face with the moon, this full moon shining bright in the third eye. And if you can see in the moon of that third eye, there's almost little eyes and a nose. There's like a face within the moon. So there's a self within the self and the starry night sky all around. So when we allow silence and we just sit in the silence and we let anything that arises arise and we just include and we meet it all with love and acceptance, we get to connect with the self within the self. And the self within the self is just the one self that always is the self. Oh, now there are 2 butterflies. Yeah. And so I'm just hearing again the reminder about connecting with support network and maybe connecting with some healers. And so on top we have silence, and then the other 2 cards that came out around the blessing is the 8 of Cups, letting go, and the Knight of Swords, which is fighting, which says fighting on this deck, but then it's also the Knight of Swords. And so in the imagery of the Knight of Swords, we have a knight with an angry red face, and then in the background there's this kind of blurry white, it's like 2 people that are in conflict, but you can tell that they're just like shapes in the clouds. And then letting go, we have lotus leaves with a drops of water that are dropping from these lotus leaves into the pond below, sparkling and rippling out. And this fighting card feels really connected to the breakthrough. It's almost like this is describing the journey, the blessing. So I think it's more like this, that this might be the state that you found yourself in, of being in this inner fight, this inner conflict, just lots of mental energies and thoughts, all of this inner battle, it feels like, within the mind, or just the presence of a lot of mental energy in it. And it's in the clouds, and these clouds, it's like they're not even yours. Like they're so not personal to you. It's like they're just floating through and they happen to be hanging out in the atmosphere of your awareness. And you're clenching your fists. There's like a scrunching of the face and the clenching of the fist, and there's this like kind of energy. And then what happens when you identify that this is simply an energy that you include and that is not only you are not only this energy, is that you break through and you connect to that light of your heart. And it requires this choice of letting go, letting go of the grip of the fists, letting the droplet fall, let gravity bring what is complete and ready to let go down into the water, into the earth. I even see you standing in a stream or standing in a lake, if you have access to fresh water or ocean water, and just even standing at a shoreline and just letting the waves just clear away, and just standing there alone in the silence of this peaceful water, maybe star bathing. There's so much support for you cosmically, reminding you of the essence of yourself within, the self that seems to be. And every step counts, and that there can be this, every step counts, gotta do everything right, but it's not that. It's, you have infinite time, and every step you take, including experiencing any type of inner conflict energy or physical sensation, everything that you experience is in service already and inherently, because that is you are, I sense, choosing to be of service. And what a beautiful thing. And since you are of service, you are so infinitely, even if you weren't consciously choosing to be of service, you were so infinitely supported by ancestors and by, I'm just noticing the vegans also, there's an emphasis around, it can be around self-discipline and ritual and practice. So yeah, just going along with that self-care, even if it's checking in with yourself in whatever way, in solitude and silence, and with cards, with crystals, and like the message came through before of having fun with it, exploring. Maybe it's taking a bath, letting it be your specific, unique flavor of nourishment. And there's infinite energy is available, overflowing, abundant to nourish you. And it already is. And you simply get to choose to receive. And all it takes is, I choose to receive. I choose to receive the nourishment that is here for me. I choose to receive the abundance of energy and clarity and love and support that is here for me. Much, much love to you wherever this moment finds you and wherever this moment guides you. Thank you for being here and for showing up. It is such a blessing. And so with that, we close. With simply overflowing gratitude and abundance. This has been such a joy to get to channel with and from you, and yeah, I've had such fun. This has been such a pleasure, and you are each so magnificent, exactly where you're meant to be. And yeah, remembering that sometimes messages, when we listen to something, some things are registering unconsciously rather than consciously, and so there might have been a lot of activation coming through or just things, so you may feel inspired to rewatch or watch the other groups. And even if you watch and listen once, trust that whatever you receive, the messages that you receive are for you and perfect for you in this moment, whenever this moment is for you. And so with that, thank you again for spiraling within me. Spiraling within me, I guess we're spiraling within me. Spiraling within this present moment with me. And we invite the singing bowl once more to bathe us out in beautiful sacred sound. Much love. Do.